we're back, and it's time for our second lap, where matching answers are worth 3 points. We're going to start in the red lane, and before we actually get started, I should say that our judges have reconsidered the answer about going to the phone booth and asking somebody, and they think that's the same answer. So they're going to give you a point from that first round. So I had a point there. Congratulations. Now you have 3 points. You're tied with the green team. Now let's get started with this second lap, and we'll ask Melody this question. What will Alin say was the last room in your home that got decorated or redecorated?
The living room.
The living room was the last room to get redecorated. Let's go to the green team. We'll ask Adam the same question. What will Matthew say is the last room in your home to get redecorated?
My brother's bedroom.
Your brother's bedroom. Your brother Matthew? Okay, Matthew's bedroom. Let's go to the blue lane. Tyler, what will Brandy say is the last room in your house that got redecorated?
I'll say she said my room.
You'll say your room. So Tyler's room was the last room to be redecorated. Second question, we'll start with Adam in the center lane. Adam, if you could be a character from a storybook, who will Matthew say you would want to be?
A
character from a storybook. Any one of the many stories you've read.
The big bad wolf.
You would be the big bad wolf. All right, over to the blue lane. Tyler, if you could be a character from a storybook, who will Brandy say you would want to be?
I'd say I would be one of the Hardy Boys because I like reading those books.
You like the Hardy Boys, so she'd say you'd be one of the Hardy Boys. Okay, we'll see if she matches that. Red lane, Melody. What character will Lynn say you would be if you were a character in a storybook?
Cinderella, because I like the book.
You like the book and you'd like to be Cinderella. We'll see if she matches that one. Last question of this second lap. Down to Tyler in the blue lane. Tyler, if you had to stay awake all through the night, what will Brandy say you would do to keep you awake?
Watch TV.
You'd watch TV all through the night. All right, we'll see if she says that. Melody, if you had to stay awake all through the night, what will Alin say you would do to keep you awake all through the night?
Watch TV.
You think she'd say you'd watch TV? And Adam, same question. If you had to stay awake all through the night, what do you think Matthew would say you would do to do that?
I think he'd say watch TV.
You think he'd say watch TV? All right, guys, we've got your answers. We're going to see if your teammates can match it for 3 points each matching answer. But right now, Kathy is going to tell us what all the contestants here on Kidstreet get to take home in big paper bags. Kathy?
No one goes home empty-handed, Kevin. Kidstreet contestants take home the new Kidstreet wristwatch and a Kidstreet t-shirt in their team color. And now it's Ride 'em Truckers. They can play at home with their own Kidstreet board game just for having all this fun today on Kidstreet. Kevin?
Thank you, Kathy. That's a great list of prizes that the kids get to take home with them, whether they take the big one or not. Let's start this second lap. Remember, matching answers here are worth 3 points. Red lane, we're going to start this second round with you guys. Alin, what was the last room in your house that got redecorated?
I would say our playroom.
Your playroom was the last room to be redecorated. Melody, what room did you say?
Our living room.
The living room. Oh, my goodness. But they both got redecorated recently, did they? Okay, but not a match. Let's go to the center lane. Matthew, what was the last room in your house to get redecorated?
Mine.
Your room. And Adam, what room did you say?
My brother's.
You said Matthew's room. That's right. And there's 3 points for the green team. Over to the blue lane. Brandy, what was the last room in your house to be redecorated?
The basement, because we had a flood down there.
You had a flood, so you had to redecorate the basement. Yeah. And Tyler, what answer did you give us?
My room downstairs in the basement.
Your room in the basement. We're going to call that a match. And there's 3 big points for the blue team. Tyler's room is in the basement. Second question, we're going to start in the center lane on this one. Matthew, if Adam could be a character from a storybook, who would he be?
Garfield.
You say Garfield. And Adam, who did you say?
The big bad wolf.
The big bad wolf. Oh, not a match on that one. Over to the blue lane. Brandy, same question. If Tyler could be a character from a storybook, who would he be? A character from a storybook.
Say...
Who do you think Tyler would want to be?
Archie.
Archie from the storybook. Tyler, who did you say?
I said I would be a Hardy Boy.
One of the Hardy Boys. He likes those books. He'd want to be one of those characters, not a match. Let's go to the red lane. Same question. Alin, if Melody could be a character from a storybook, what character would she want to be?
Cinderella.
You say Cinderella. Melody, who did you say?
Cinderella.
You said Cinderella, and there's 3 big points for the red team. Last question of this lap. Let's go down to the blue lane. Brandy will ask you this. If Tyler had to stay awake all night, what would he do to help him stay awake?
He would watch TV and try not to stare at the TV too much.
He'd watch TV, but he wouldn't stare too much. Tyler, what did you say?
Watch TV.
You said watch TV. There's a match. 2 matches in a row for the blue team. They've really picked up the pace. Over to the red lane. Lynn, if Melody had to stay awake all night, what would she do to help her stay awake? All night through.
Watch TV.
You say watch TV. Melody, what did you say?
Watch TV.
You said watch TV, and there's 3 points for the red team. Over to the center lane, Matthew. If Adam had to stay awake all night, what do you think he'd do to keep him awake?
Watch TV or play our video.
Watch TV or play the video. I gotta have one or the other.
Watch TV.
Okay, you say watch TV. Adam, what did you say?
Watch TV.
Oh, and a breath of relief. Yeah, watch TV, and there's points right across the board. The score after 2 circles of the track has the red team with 9 big points, the green team with 9 points, and the blue team with 6 points. Coming up next is our 1 bonus question. It's worth 5 points. Don't miss it on Kidstreet right after this.